What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I'm here to bring to you today my predictions video for the game, us versus Ohio State, obviously, and for the third time in 7 years under Harbaugh. This is basically when you get to the Big Ten championship, you win that game, you're in the playoffs. This is now opportunity number 3, and what's a little bit different this go around is for the first time that we've been in this position, this is the first time that the game has been at the big house. So hopefully that makes a difference as far as this game coming up. We have a tall task ahead of us. It's definitely not going to be easy, but for me personally, I'm not here to, say, well, maybe, or anything like that. I honestly think that we have a chance to win this game. I've never made a prediction and not believed that we were going to win. Last year I would have said if we had to play the game, I would have just said that we were going to get absolutely curb stomped just by how, our team was playing. That was not going to be very pretty at all. So if we had to play last year and I had to make a prediction, I would have made the obvious prediction. But this year is a little bit different. I said in a previous video, feel that other coaches are getting that recognition and getting that praise for Coach of the Year and stuff like that. But I think the person that's did the greatest job, to me, in my opinion anyways, is the job that Harbaugh has done to turn around essentially the same team with less. I'm not going to say, could you imagine this team that still had Nico Collins as a wide receiver, Kwity Paye, Ambry Thomas? Because they could all have still been on the team for this year. But just imagine those guys were still, playing for us, how much better we'd be. So we lost a lot and basically turned around the team that we had, not including obviously the freshmen that came in, and we're 10-1. No one would have predicted that we'd be 10-1 at this point in time. A lot of people are saying, that it'd be like 7-5, 6-6, but no one said 10-1. So obviously this game is a playoff game. We lose this, any hope of making it to the college football playoff is done. Obviously, we won't make it to the Big Ten championship just, because we lost, obviously, and Ohio State will have the tiebreaker. But they'll have a better record, so they'll win anyways. But this is for all the marbles. We have to win this game. I feel as though that we have the ability to do it. And I'm going to talk about what I think is going to be the key to winning this game. And for me to do that, it's actually not going to be anything. It's going to be a kind of a story of something that happened to me in the past. And it actually perfectly relates to us beating Ohio State for this weekend's game. So I still game a little bit. If you don't know, my channel is actually really a gaming channel, but I don't game like I used to. Mainly first-person shooters like Call of Duty, Destiny, and stuff like that. But for a little bit of time, I was actually also playing Madden. So, go back a while back, thinking back, like maybe the original PlayStation when I was playing Madden, and I was just, even before that, I was playing Madden on Super Nintendo. So, that's dating it. But, I always, obviously back then, there was no getting online and playing against people. You played against your friend. that was sitting right beside you and stuff like that. So I had a little bit of experience playing Madden, doing it that way, but not anything out of the ordinary. So I would say maybe around, I don't know, I'd say like 13, 14 years ago. It was dating it, but when, Madden started to pick up and be, online, I was playing on PS2, and I was actually also still playing against people beside me and stuff like that. So when I moved to Georgia and I started playing against a friend of mine, I'm not going to name their name, but if they're watching the video, they'll know who they are. And, he was a really, really good Madden player. Probably, I think at the time, he told me that he was like top 100 as far as ranking for online for Madden. So he was really, really good. And I had just really restarted playing Madden. I hadn't played in years. So obviously, he was just wiping the floor with me. It was three of us that played. And after about a good couple of weeks, I got to the point where I was good enough to beat the other guy, but obviously not good enough to beat my friend. So we would play, and he would just whoop me every single time. He used the Colts. It didn't matter what team I used. His passing offense was just off the charts. Like I could never stop him. It was a blowout every single game. He'd be beating me, and there was no way for me to stop him from passing the football. It was just like, he just hit me for huge plays all the time. There wouldn't be any big, driving the football down the field or anything like that. He just hit me for this huge play, 70, 80 yards, and I just kept losing and losing and losing. So I kept playing, and like I said, I visibly got better to the point where, like, first I was beating the other guy, and I was getting closer to beating him, but I could just never beat him. So I got tired of losing. So I had to devise a game plan to beat him. I couldn't beat him at his own game because he was just that much better than me passing the football. And he was just better overall at the game than I was. So I had to figure a way that, regardless of his talent versus my talent, that I could at least make the game within my reach to eventually win. So what I decided to do was, I decided to work on a couple of things. One was work on my defense, work on running the football. Those were the two top things that I worked on. And even though I did do that, he would still beat me. But like I said, the games would get more and more competitive. So even though I did that, I did add a third layer on top of that. And eventually I was able to beat him. So what I did is, I realized I had to shorten the game. So what I do is I would I'd run the football and get a little bit better at my passing. So I'd get a first down. Say I decided to defer. So I kicked the ball to him. If I got a stop, then I got the football. What I would do is I would just run the football, get 3 yards. Pass it, get 4 yards. Run the football again, get 3 yards. And I would just keep doing that all the way up the field until I scored. And that might take like 7, 8 minutes, 9 minutes off the clock. So when he get the football back, if he weren't able to score, and say he only was able to kick a field goal, then I'll get the football again, and I would do the exact thing all over again. Just run the clock, take my time, run the football, take my time again, pass for a certain amount of yards to make it an easier third down, get the third down, convert, go back again, rinse and repeat. I would keep doing that. And, let's say I scored again. Now it's 14-3. but it's now almost near halftime. So let's say he gets the football again. I would play a bend but not break defense. So he would get his yards, but I wouldn't let any. There'd be no big plays. Nothing would go over my head. He'd have to. He'd have to work himself to get down the field. And once he got to the red zone, I would step up my defense even more and hold him to another field goal. So now it's 14-6. So now it's halftime. Now I get the football again. Guess what I'm going to do? The exact thing I did on the previous things. So let's say I wasn't able to score a touchdown this time, but I was able to kick a field goal. Now it's 17-6. And I would just rinse and repeat doing that. And what it ended up making him do is be frustrated because he couldn't do. He's used to getting these big plays, these quick hitting plays, and he wasn't able to do that. I made him work for every single point that he got. I made him kick field goals when he was used to always scoring touchdowns on me. And what it ended up making him do is it caused him to not play his particular game. He would now be taking chances. The reason he'd be taking chances is because he's thinking in his mind, I got to score right now. If I don't score, I might not get the football back. Or if I do get the football back, it might be 9-10 minutes from now. I need to score right now. So he would start taking more risks than he normally would do. He would be trying to fit the ball into windows that he normally wouldn't do. And, the more that I would run the football and just shorten the game and allow him to have less possessions, the more he made mistakes. And the more mistakes he made, the more that I would capitalize on it. It's easy to score if all you needed was 2 or 3 plays and you had that big home run hitting play and you score. But the more opportunities that you have to play on defense and the more that you force him to be on offense, the more of a chance there is that he might make a mistake. So eventually I was able to win using that strategy. Frustrate him to no end, make him have to earn every single point that he got. He would make mistakes. He would make poor decisions because he felt the pressure of having to score immediately because of the amount of time that I was holding the football. I say that to say this. I think that's how Michigan's going to have to win this football game. They're not going to have the ability to outscore these guys. So what they're going to have to do is be able to, hold the football, move the football, score, but on defense, not allow them to hit at that quick hitting play. You have to force them to move down the field like you move down the field. Keep everything in front of you. If they throw it short, be sound in your tackling. Don't miss tackles and turn like a 3-yard gain into a 30-yard gain because you miss a couple of tackles. That's how they're going to have to win this game. Ohio State is used to these quick hitting plays, getting guys in space, making guys miss, getting behind the defense. We're going to have to figure out a way to make these guys earn every single point that they have. You have to make them have, 9-10 play drives where they're just slowly moving the football down the field. The more that they have the ball, and the more plays that they have to run, the more of an opportunity that we have that they might make a mistake. The more of an opportunity that one of our players might get home. The ultimate thing is be able to play a zone but still be able to get pressure. So we have to be able on defense to get pressure on Stroud. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him have to read the defense. It's one thing if you're playing man, like how Don Brown did it, and it's man, and that if the guy is open, all you have to do is just throw it to him and let him do the rest. But if you got a guy that looks like he's open, but he's not actually being covered by a particular player, but more though, trying to get open and free within the zone, you have to, if you're a quarterback, you have to read that. And you have to make a decision on whether or not you can fit it within the window that you have. Now, that's easy to do if you got all day, but if you have someone barreling down on you and is ready to hit you, you might make a decision that you shouldn't. And that is going to be what's going to be key to this game. Force Stroud to make decisions under duress. The games that they struggled in, the games that they, were close games, the game that they lost, that's what happened to him. He wasn't able just to sit back, analyze, look all around the field, go through his progressions, and hit the guy that's open. They put a lot of pressure on him, force him to move, in and out of the pocket, throw on the run. And when you force him to do that, he's not as accurate, he's not as effective, and that's going to be the key to us getting the victory. Like I said, I don't think anyone is giving us a chance to win. Some spots, giving predictions that are, giving us a chance, but for the most part, nobody is giving us a chance to win this game. And I honestly feel that we have a chance to win. We have the talent. We have the weapons. We have the defense. We just need to be able to, take care of the football, don't make the mistakes that, don't turn the football over, and just be solid and be methodical in our offense. I think that, the mistake that happened with Michigan State is they literally got punched in the mouth, right away, and they were never able to recover from that. They deferred, they let Ohio State get the football, Ohio State scored, they got the football back, 3 and out, gave the football back to Ohio State scores another touchdown. They get the football back, and I think the third go around about it, I think they actually did drive the football down the field. And the refs helped them with that, calling it an incomplete pass when it was obviously a catch and a fumble, and they still couldn't capitalize on it. Then Ohio State gets the football again, scores again. Now you're down 21-0. So, once you get down like that, half your playbook is probably gone because you can no longer work to your strength, which is giving it to Kenneth Walker, because you're down. You're forced to pass now. So that's another key. For us to win this, we got to be either playing even, maybe a touchdown down, or be up. If we get out of our element, get off schedule, and they're up, 2 or 3 touchdowns, it's going to throw everything else off because we're going to feel comfortable only running the football and passing. We're going to have to strictly go to passing, and then that's going to allow them to ramp up their defense to stop us from passing only. So, we have to stick to our game plan and make sure that we stay close to these guys to give us a fighting shot at the end of the game to win. So, like I said, I feel as though we have the tools, we have the ability. The game is at home. I think we have the chance. If not now, when? So, my prediction is we're going to win this game. I actually do believe that we have the opportunity and the ability to win. I'm predicting 31-28. So, let's see what happens. if we stick to the game plan and we play, we play mistake-free football, we take care of the football, we play to our own pace, we don't let them dictate the pace, I think that we will come out with the victory. So anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, definitely feel free to like the video. It definitely helps. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you feel as though we have a chance. Are we going to win? Are we going to lose? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. And if you like my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. And as always, go blue.